Hello, and welcome to For Better or Worse, a movie and TV podcast, the podcast where a married couple reviews movies and TV. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at FBOW Podcast. For this episode, we'd love for you to just like and subscribe. Hit up YouTube, get us to 100 subscribers. That would be amazing. We love all of your support. I'm Toby.
I'm Gino.
And today, we are going to be talking about the amazing, incredible movie Super Mario Bros.
Also, we might have a baby right now.
Oh, when this is released?
Yeah, this is
like,
our
right
4 baby newborn episodes. We don't have to record while the baby's crying. Because they only cry for the first month, right? That's all you got. That's all the time they cry.
What I've been told, they don't really cry.
Yeah, they don't really need your attention after the first month.
Yeah, you kind of just let them grow by themselves, right?
Yeah. So it's like a plant. So once the first month is up and the baby's no longer crying or needs our attention, they're off to college or whatever, we can go back to recording. But for these next 4 episodes, it's all baby time.
Or the last 3. We think we're going to have to release this one closer to the Mario movie.
Yeah, babies.
So
anyway.
I can't find the episode on our
Speaking of babies, Toby.
newborn episodes.
Is our baby going to come out of an egg like the baby from this movie? Do you remember that, audience? Do you remember that there's a baby that comes out of an egg in this movie? Because I didn't.
Right. So I'm going to stop you guys right here. We're going to just do spoilers.
I mean, don't watch this movie. So there's nothing to spoil.
Also,
don't watch it.
It came out in 93, so you're lost. If you haven't seen it and you're like, someone's born from an egg, that's on you.
Also, you can't. Sorry, I literally just promised Toby I wasn't going to interrupt at all. And here I am. You can't watch this movie. It's not on the internet. It's not available to rent anywhere. It's not available on any streaming service. So we had to put on our little eye patch.
What are you doing?
And our little skull and crossbones
Don't tell
flag.
anybody.
Don't tell anybody. And had to go to the shadier parts of the internet to watch this.
Again,
Otherwise,
having a baby, please don't arrest us.
don't arrest. The Nintendo ninjas are coming. They're going to come after us.
Maybe.
Please. I'm assuming Nintendo's like, please don't. Don't put this movie on anything, please.
Right. Well, I mean, right? It's probably, I read an article that this happened as of December 2022. So,
it's recent.
It's quite recent that this movie's not available because the new movie's coming out. And God forbid anybody watches this trash and think,
they're like, no.
This is probably what it's going to be like.
Yeah. Doug Bowser, president of Nintendo of America.
This is like a hushed movie that, millennials know about.
Did you know that, by the way? The president of Nintendo America is named Doug Bowser?
On purpose?
No, that's just his name, Doug Bowser.
He changed it.
No, it was his name before.
No.
Yeah, it's Doug Bowser.
I need to see. Bowser. Show me the birth certificate.
Apparently his real name is Doug Bowser.
I don't think so.
Anyway.
That's a lie. All right. So, yes, we're just getting into spoilers. We should start with our normal For Better or Worse. So
For worse. I would divorce this movie. For worse.
For worse. I
got mad at it.
He got actually
very
mad. Yeah, he was ready to throw something at the TV.
The Switch controller. No, a Wii remote. Remember when the Wii came out? People were doing Wii Sports.
Losing it. And then they had to
the strap would break and they would throw the strap. They had to add a little Nerf cushy cover to go over the Wii remote.
Because people are monsters.
Breaking their TVs. So that's what I wanted to do.
Yes. I'm going to still say I love watching this movie. It was boring at parts, but I still for worse, for wetter.
For wetter, for worst.
So, okay. Just a little I'm going to give you a question here. Pose this question.
Okay.
What are similarities between the movie and the game? Go, Gino.
Okay, can we just, before I answer your question, can we give the audience a background
of
how much Mario is a part of my life?
I feel like I should time you. I'm not going to time you, but I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
So I didn't like the original Super Mario Brothers, but Super Mario World was the first video game I ever owned that was for me. If you ask me at certain parts of my life what the best video game is ever, I'm going to tell you various Mario games. So when I was a little kid, it was Super Mario World. As a teenager, I would have told you Super Mario Galaxy. As an adult, I'd tell you Super Mario Odyssey. So I love Mario games. They are the top. We talked about how great Last of Us is. as a video game.
Yes.
Last of Us is down in the ground with the dirt
Compared
to any Mario game.
Okay.
Mario Odyssey is up here. Last of Us.
We
down
got
there.
it. We got it.
So, yes, I am quite the fan of Super Mario Brothers video games.
Right. So as we were watching this fun movie that has virtually nothing to do with Mario, I had to deal with fun facts about Mario.
That's not how it is. Yeah. So again, there's not just one Mario game. There's, I think we counted, there's 11 main Mario games.
But like, what is this game based on?
It seems
this,
to
I'm
me,
sorry, movie based. Which game is this movie based on?
It seems to me this movie is is based on nothing. But if you had to pick what like the random names they picked from a hat, that hat contains like a lot of references to Super Mario Brothers 3 and a lot of references to Super Mario World. And the dinosaurs.
And that's the dinosaur one. Because Yoshi is in
a dinosaur, and Yoshi's in it. So if you're wondering, like, why is this movie so obsessed with dinosaurs when there's only, like, one dinosaur in all of Mario?
You know whose fault we think it is?
Yoshi's. Oh, Jurassic. But I said it was Jurassic Park's fault, but it's not. Because they came out at the same time.
I guess so.
Right? You said 93?
Which is ridiculous that this movie pushes dinosaurs so much. They like do paleontology in Brooklyn, which doesn't happen.
A lot of evolution stuff in this?
Yeah,
like,
but
why am I watching a Mario movie about evolution?
But
Sorry,
incorrect?
Wait. We're skipping ahead.
No. But incorrect evolution.
Right, because they de-evolved the guy into a chimp. Humans, just throwing this out there, everybody. Humans did not evolve from chimps.
No.
We have a common ancestor with chimps.
So really, it should have been something else.
Right, some other chimp thing.
Some sort of Alopithecus.
Right, some sort of primates
called.
that humans and chimps descended from. So chimps are our cousins. So like, there's no de-evolution ray in Mario. No, that's not a thing.
Right, so shorter list. What is in this that is also in Mario games?
Okay, the most accurate thing from this that is from a Mario game is the Bomb.
Yeah.
Of all the things that they could have translated over, the goofy bomb that walks is like perfectly it's like a toy.
Like they took it from the movie, and it showed up several times in the movie.
Yeah, a lot of bombs.
But like only at the end did anything happen with it.
It blew up. Also, it's wearing Reebok shoes.
Was it?
Yes. Why? 90s. I say 80s. 90s.
Another dimension. They also have.
And I would
Reebok.
say, like, aside from the fact that he doesn't have hair and Mario does have hair.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's a lot older than Mario's supposed to be. Mario's supposed to be like in his 20s. Bob Hoskins does look like Mario.
He looks honestly like
for a British guy.
I'm upset that Mario is in his 20s because no, he's not.
I don't know about canonically, but I think Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy that made Mario, is like, yeah, he's in his 20s, whatever.
Right. So he's gonna have to. That's not translated well. But like, if you're gonna find someone who looks like Mario, like you found it.
Yeah.
I know I'm also supposed to be calling him Mario. I can't. I am from Long Island.
Long Island.
And everybody here whose name is M-A-R-I-O is Mario. We have a pizzeria called a Mario's. Nobody says Mario unless I guess maybe you're off the boat from Italy.
Mario. Yeah, I mean, like, that's how he says his own name. It's me.
Right, but like, if you are an Italian person, wonderful.
Thank you.
Are you saying, you're saying Mario, right?
I think if you're from Italy, it's Mario. Yeah, but if you're
from New York and you make ass sounds,
it's Mario.
Yeah. But like, so that was one of the most unbelievable parts for me was that they took a girl who grew up in New York City and everybody from New York called him Mario. Stop it. His name is Mario. And he's from New York.
Bob Hoskins is British, Toby. We're lucky we got what we got.
Is he really?
I think
feel
he
like
is.
You tell me this every time.
I might be wrong. Is Bob Hoskins British?
For those who also don't know, Bob Hoskins' other wonderful movie that we know of is Roger Rabbit. Go watch Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, he's British.
Wow, he does
He looks British.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit.
Also, Bob Hoskins was.
R.I.P. Like so many people.
Yeah,
Dennis-
Mario, according to Shigeru Miyamoto, he is between 24 and 25 years old. And that's
right.
the guy who made Mario, so he knows what's up.
Okay, but the animators didn't agree. I will just say that. They didn't draw a 20-something.
Well, they had to draw him with a mustache, Toby. Do you know why they drew him with a mustache?
Oh, God, tell us.
Why Mario has a mustache is because they wanted him to have a nose. And with the technology at the time, with the original Donkey Kong.
Don't look at me. You already told me this.
The original Donkey Kong hardware, they couldn't give him like a visible nose without like also giving him a mustache. So the only reason why he has a mustache is because of the hardware limitations at the time. But I'm pretty sure Miyamoto is the one that drew him. He came up with him.
Okay, so he doesn't know.
So
what
he
a-
knows.
He doesn't know what a 20-something.
He looks young. Look, he doesn't look young here.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does. He looks like some kid with a mustache.
Show me a child with that face.
He's like SpongeBob. He's like perpetually in his 20s.
No, never.
Anyway, can I just throw this out there?
Are we deviating?
We're deviating again. I promised I would. So I think what makes a lot of the Mario game, what makes a lot of the story or the whatever of Mario weird, is decisions made by Japanese people in the 80s and 90s with the hardware limitations at the time, right? Is it weird that Mario has a mustache? Yes. Why does he have a mustache? Because he needed to. Is it weird that he has blue and red overalls? Yes. Why does he have that? Because of the hardware limitations at the time.
Tell us about Yoshi.
Yoshi was supposed to be in the first Mario game, but they couldn't get it to work on the original Nintendo, and then they put him on the Super Nintendo. They wanted him to be a horse because Miyamoto always wanted Mario to ride on something. They couldn't get a horse to work, so they turned him into like a dinosaur. So like a lot of these weird things about Mario are like decisions made because of the hardware limitations at the time and for gameplay.
So what are you saying?
That like it's weird because it's a video game.
So you're saying those don't translate well?
They don't
to a
translate
movie?
well. And I think what makes Mario so hard to translate into a movie is what makes it such an amazing video game, right? Every Mario game is like game of the year every time, right? Whereas The Last of Us, like I don't really like the game as much, but because it's so story focused, but that makes it really great to translate over into a movie or a TV show.
Yeah, well, I would say they're two as an avid gamer.
As an avid gamer, yes, they're different things, but I prefer like when I play The Last of Us, and you know this, I was like, I got to beat this game. I got to beat this. You
just got to find out the end of the
story. I got to beat it. Blah. Whereas a Mario game, I never want them to end. Like I love them so much that I get mad when they end. It's a totally different thing.
Different.
Yeah, I know.
You can't compare I know.
I can compare them.
You can't.
Yeah.
Because one is like problem solving, right? And the other is beating zombies.
Yeah. I mean, like, every game has problem solving.
Yeah, but like I feel like Mario games have a lot more problem solving to get to the next level.
No, clearly not really. I mean, like I guess like there's like a million different problems you're solving every time you jump and do this and that.
But like when you play Last of Us, you have to be stealthy. And
that's a problem.
Right. So get better at being stealthy. The end. I get it.
You don't.
I get
Yes.
it. Back to me.
Anyway, the reason why I want to bring that up is that, yes, it is probably very difficult to translate Mario into live action. And I'm not going to say this movie did the best they could. But at least the bombs look real. Look good.
Well, listen, Gino, how do you feel about one of the assistant directors?
Luis D'Esposito. We were watching the credits, and I was like, "It's the guy from the Marvel movies."
Yeah, how do you feel about him doing this?
Assistant director. Yeah, so Luis D'Esposito, who I have no idea who this person is, but he's literally in the credits of every MCU movie as an executive producer. He was the assistant director for this movie. So weird coincidence. I guess we can never not talk about Marvel and The Last of Us.
We
on
can't.
This podcast.
These are two staples.
Oh my God, there's so much fungus in this movie. Why is there so much fungus in this movie?
First of all, I have to say it was a weird choice to give away what the fungus is in the beginning. Immediately they're like, I have a theory that the fungus is the old king.
Mario eats mushrooms because Miyamoto wanted a power up, and he's like, I got to make it something that like everyone in the world, even in America, will understand. So he's like a mushroom. Everyone knows like you eat a mushroom.
Well, Alice in
whatever.
Wonderland.
Right. So that's why Mario eats mushrooms. It was because it's an international game and he's weird, right? It's not The Last of Us. Why is there so much fungus in this damn game, in this movie?
So it is a weird choice. And I think the problem you're making over and over again is that the people who wrote this movie have also, one, played Mario and just made a Mario movie. The problem is, which we talked about, so in improv, right, when you do long form improv and you get a suggestion, one of the things that they like teach you is instead of just taking this, if the suggestion was flowers, all right, don't just say, I've picked a flower, right? Because that's boring. Where are you going with the scene? You need to do something called A to C, where you hear flower, okay, great. And you're going to pick an idea that's twice removed. I'm a pilgrim on the Mayflower, right? Wow.
God, improv
Guys,
is so fun.
$400 for UCB classes,
Yep.
let me tell
Thanks,
you.
Amy Poehler.
Actually, I think they were $400. I think I gave them at least.
I did one of the classes. Can't you tell?
So, right. So it was like 400. So I think I've given them at least like $1,200. Anyway.
So they're like, he eats mushrooms. A.
No. The whole movie, we were just trying to think of a lot. Like they A to like R to F. They went like real far. They were like
F stands for fungus.
They were like, okay, great. Mushrooms are in it. This time they're everywhere and sentient.
And he never, by the way, he never eats any of the mushrooms.
He doesn't. Oh no, he doesn't eat.
Doesn't eat any mushrooms. He uses one as a shield at some point.
As a shield, and then the fungus does help him though, so you can see that. Let's say, okay, they help him grow. This time they're just going to help him live. For other things, they're plumbers. We get it.
Yeah, I think the new movie's going to do that too.
It's just
there's
he's a plumber.
One of the trailers for the new movie is like a commercial for their plumbing company.
Oh,
so they are. Yeah.
Just like in this one though, like. It was also a weird mix of like Mario, like Super Mario Bros. And Mario Kart.
Yeah, but Mario Kart, so we looked it up. Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo came out in 92.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if that was why he's driving cars in this, because he does drive a lot of cars in this.
They drive a lot of cars.
There's like a chase scene in a cop car.
Is that just a New York thing? You guys?
No, he was in Mushroom Land.
No,
they're like, he's from New York. Cars.
We love cars and taxis and police cars and races.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was a reference to Super Mario Kart or not, because it's not a cart that he's driving. It was a police car.
But he does talk about his crazy driving. Who knows? Actually, we should look up who the writers were. You want to look up who the writers were?
I don't. I feel bad.
I want to see what else they've written. Okay. So let's go back to the beginning of the movie. We're not gonna really drag this out, but just in case you all forgot, it does open with the Mario music.
Yeah, that's the only reference you get. Da 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 da. That's it.
That's it. Then we immediately go into an old timey video game where they're talking about dinosaurs.
The beginning sequence is like not a Mario graphics kind of thing.
No,
it's like a 1990s educational video game of dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs just being like, life is good. I'm cool in Brooklyn.
Again, there's not that many dinosaurs in any of the Mario games.
No, and it was
Super Mario World has like Triceratops as a boss, where they're on like a platform and you hit the thing, and then Yoshi's in it. But like, this movie's so obsessed with dinosaurs, where it was just like Yoshi's a dinosaur. Make some other dinosaurs in the game. Whatever.
Here's your improv again, right? They took dinosaurs existing. What if we made them in another dimension and put them in here and they need a piece of the meteorite to come back?
But also, they turned into regular people.
Yes, then they just turned into, you know what, makeup's a lot.
Birds, like dinosaurs are birds, right?
You think they should have just been birds?
Right.
Don't touch me.
So birds or dinosaurs are bad. I don't want you to know that. Dino nuggets are made of dinosaurs, right? The fact they don't put that on the packaging is insane. I say it all the time when we talk about evolution in school. Birds or dinosaurs. Anyway, so dinosaurs in this universe, the two worlds split.
Yeah. We
got the better one. They got the worse one.
Yeah.
But then instead of evolving into like reptilian things,
dinosaurs
or bird-looking things,
so again, and
they evolved into humans,
which
with like
is,
hair and stuff.
And I just want to be clear: like dinosaurs did eventually evolve. No, sorry, we're from mammals, but you have two, like dinosaurs broke off into two different dinosaurs: reptilian dinosaurs
and bird-like
dinosaurs.
And then the reptilian ones died.
Right.
The big ones died.
So
and
maybe
the small ones survived, and that's modern birds.
The people ones must have gone into the other dimension. But they're not mammals.
Right. Why
I
do they
don't
have
get
hair?
it.
Birds had feathers, but in the 90s, like scientists knew that bird had feathers, but the mainstream culture didn't know that.
Right. And
It's like, did their feathers turn into hair?
no, because they know the difference between reptiles and mammals. They keep saying,
You're right.
Yeah, they keep calling them mammals.
So, like, at no point in the movie are they like, wait, but you're a mammal. You have fur. You have hair.
Right. Where are your scales?
Right.
They talk about them being cold-blooded.
And like
but,
Bowser's really obsessed in this movie with like
Don't
wiping
call him
out.
Bowser.
Sorry. So in Japan, he was always known as Bowser. In the 80s and 90s, Nintendo of America changed a lot of the names. So like Princess Peach, which is a nice name, was changed to Princess Toadstool, which is a not nice name.
Right.
And Bowser was changed into King Koopa. So in this, he's still King Koopa. Now his name is Bowser, King of the Koopas. They combined it. Anyway. So not Bowser is like weirdly obsessed with destroying humans in the normal world.
Right. Like it's very mad that we
Yeah.
got the normal world.
Bowser's just supposed to, King Koopa is just supposed to kidnap Peach, and then that's it.
Which which happened.
They ate a deed. The D's for
right.
dinosaur. And also, just not for nothing, Bowser's not a dinosaur. He's a turtle.
There should have been a lot more turtles.
He's a turtle with spikes.
Well, what was fun
There's no
there's no turtles.
You made a Mario movie without any turtles. The most recognizable bad guy in Mario is a turtle.
And no turtles.
The Goombas are in it, but they look nothing like Goombas.
Also, and they're called, and Gino pointed out.
Goombas. They're like Goomba Johnny from like KTU or
Yeah, they're not Goombas like
They're
you.
Goombas. I was like,
They're
I was getting a little
Goombas.
offended. I was like, what do they call them?
And like, so they're weird henchmen, right? Like,
So like Goombas have no body and giant heads in the game. So they
Right.
gave them giant bodies and,
and
little heads.
heads because it's probably easier.
Okay,
costuming.
get back to your notes
All
because
right.
I'm just going to.
So very weird that one, they used Princess Daisy, which I didn't know it was a princess.
Daisy so at this point, Peach was still known as Princess Toadstool. So they were probably like, well, we can't call her Princess Toadstool. That's weird. What other princess is there? And then there's like a Mario Game Boy game, Super Mario
So where'd
Land.
Daisy come from?
So she's from Super Mario Land, which is the Game Boy games. So he goes to a different place and saves Princess Daisy. In the modern Mario, like sports games and Mario Kart, Princess Daisy is like Luigi's like girl.
Oh.
They're not like dating, but like Mario is with Peach, Daisy's with Luigi.
Who's Mario with in this movie, Gino?
No one. Oh my God. Okay, so they get this Fran Drescher looking lady. Very
Hey.
Brooklyn, very Toby looking lady.
No upper lip though. I'm so sorry.
Toby, that's not nice.
I just hope she got filler.
So, Jesus, Toby, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Anyway, so so Mario's dating this brunette,
Her name's Daniela.
very curvaceous brunette. And I'm like, oh, Pauline.
Why would it be Pauline?
Because Pauline is Mario's girlfriend in the original Donkey Kong. I'm like, perfect. She's brunette. Pauline's brunette. Perfect opportunity. Nope.
No,
not
her
Pauline.
name is Daniela.
Why? Why? It's right there.
So it's
Let me
these
show you Pauline.
Okay, so these decisions are what upset Gino. Another decision that was super weird was that Daisy hatched from an egg, and then got sent to nuns. Do you know what happens in movies where nuns get something that comes out of an egg? The Vatican gets called and they send an exorcist.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, this is the Catholic Church. So they drop off an egg at the Catholic Church. Either they would call the police, right? Oh, and a baby hatched from the egg.
Baby hatched from the egg.
They're calling the Vatican. They do, I'm pretty sure the Vatican.
They're not going to tell the police because they're going to get the Vatican
That's
involved.
a demon baby.
It's a demon
That's
baby hatched from an egg.
From the devil.
Right.
I think they do have actual exorcists that work for the Catholic Church.
Listen, according to all the movies and TV that I've seen that incorporates the church and demons.
They're calling the Vatican.
Yeah, those nuns are not taking care of this baby.
Oh my God. Hey, this baby hatched from an egg. It's a demon.
Right.
Nope. We're just gonna
No,
raise it.
they're locking it in a cage,
Oh
and
my
they'll see how
God.
quickly other priests show up. Yeah,
Look at Pauline, right? Just
she
looks
looks.
like the.
She
Yeah,
does look like her.
yeah. Could have been
Yeah,
Pauline.
It could have
Wasn't
been Pauline. Opportunity missed. Oh, did you look up the writers?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
They didn't write anything.
This
This is their last movie.
Yeah,
Is this their first and last movie?
Written by Parker Bennett, Terry Runt, and Ed Solomon. Two of them don't even have Wikipedia pages.
Yikes!
Ed Solomon, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Men in Black, and Now You See Me. So, except for Men in Black.
Oh my God! And Bill
But
and
Now
Ted
You See
was
Me's bad.
fine.
Yeah. So I guess
I hope he had the least to do with this movie.
probably.
All right. So you were telling me that you must have read somewhere that Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo were drunk.
Yeah. So they hated being on this movie. They knew it was going to be bad.
They were right. Because what was the score on Rotten Tomatoes?
It was distributed by Disney. Disney distributed. This is Disney's fault. So at the end of the movie, we saw distributed by
Buena Vista.
who's owned by Disney. Several weeks before shooting was to begin, Disney purchased the distribution rights. I'm trying to find the story, but yes, there is a story about John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins hating this movie so much that they were just drunk the whole time. So while you're watching this movie, they're probably drunk. And honestly, they're the best parts of the movie.
They are. I mean, they are the best parts of the
Yeah.
movie. They're the best parts of the movie.
John Leguizamo, again, so this is before Luigi had like a personality to go off of. Now he has like a very established, he's like a coward, he's a scaredy cat, Luigi's Mansion, he gets a haunted house, blah, blah, blah. So like Charlie Day is just like a perfect choice for Luigi.
Which is going to be great for the new one.
Yeah, that's like the only thing I'm looking forward to is Charlie Day as Luigi. So whatever, right? Like Luigi doesn't really have a personality yet. So the Luigi they have in this, I thought John Leguizamo was actually pretty
John
good.
Leguizamo was great.
Yeah, I like his New York accent. He doesn't look Italian, but whatever.
Because he's not.
He's not Italian,
He's
right?
not Italian.
But this is the
Is
90s,
Bob Hoskins
80s.
Italian?
Any sort of vaguely brown person you can just throw in there, they're Italian.
Oh my God, neither one of them's probably Italian.
No, not exactly. But like, oh, he's got dark hair and a mustache. That's Italian.
Right,
John
throw him in
Leguizamo,
there.
kind of tan skin. He's Puerto Rican. Sure, he's Italian.
Sounds like he's from New York. That's great.
I think he is
Awesome.
from New York. So fine, he's Italian.
Look him up.
So
Where's
yeah.
he from?
John Leguizamo. I am 100% sure he's from New York.
We literally look up John Leguizamo every time he's in a movie and remember no facts about him.
John Leguizamo. He is from.
While you look it up, you don't have to like talk about it.
Toby, we have several compressors on our vocals, so no matter how loud I get, it's not going to be a problem to the audience. John Leguizamo,
Right, but I could be
born
talking.
in Colombia. I was wrong,
Wow.
but I'm pretty sure he was raised in New York.
And also not Puerto Rican, Colombian. Should I continue or are you going to...
He's what?
What?
Keep talking.
Oh, now I will
Oh,
know.
so he has
Never
stated
mind.
he is Puerto Rican, but he's not. So research into the genealogy show Finding Your Roots indicate that Leguizamo does not have Puerto Rican, Italian, and Lebanese ancestry, as he has sometimes stated. His family is Colombian, and a DNA test found his genetic ancestry includes European, along with indigenous and distant African roots. So he has said he's Puerto Rican. He's not Puerto Rican.
This is Wikipedia page, by the way.
Yeah, which is always correct. All right, I'm going to pretend he's from New York.
Where did he grow up? In Colombia?
Adventure job title, according to child, his family. Yes. When John Leguizamo was a child, his family immigrated to New York City, where they lived in various neighborhoods in Queens, including Jackson Heights.
Hey!
Queens.
Queens!
We don't live in Queens, but we did live in Queens.
We did live in Queens.
And my mom is from Queens. Yep. My mom's from Jamaica, though.
How fun.
My dad's also from Queens.
My dad's from Brooklyn.
My dad is also from Brooklyn, but then he lived in Queens.
How fun. And my grandparents are from Brooklyn.
Listen, literally anybody who lives on Long Island that's a millennial, their parents either were born in Brooklyn or Queens.
Or a grandparent.
Or a grandparent.
Yeah. How fun for us. Okay. So another weird plot line, I guess, because they had to kidnap Daisy, was that girls went missing. And right in the beginning, you got the two Koopa cousins trying to kidnap Daisy.
Spike
and then
yeah.
doesn't matter. Spike
Doesn't
and Iggy,
matter.
doesn't matter. Which are actually both. Wait! Don't look anything up. Look at me while I tell you this. Don't say anything. Spike and Iggy were both Chameleon Beanie Baby names.
Good job. I thought Spike and Iggy
dumb.
looked like Bulk and Skull from.
They did look like Balkan Skull.
Honestly, I think this is very Power Rangers-y. Like the cheesy
Very Power
90s action.
Rangers-y.
But I'd rather watch Power Rangers because at least eventually you go to like the cool martial arts stuff.
Well, but also like, right, because that's what Power Rangers do.
But yeah,
Mario
this is a
doesn't
lot of
fight.
Power Rangers vibes.
Okay, so these girls go missing, and then she's got to like run from these two goons, and then gets literally offered to get in a van with random people after knowing that all these girls go missing. And she's like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm a 20-something college student. I would love to get in your van. What a no, ladies.
Yeah, this was after Son of Sam. So like no one in New York was getting into random bands.
No, and also like in the plot, girls went missing. What are you doing? Ridiculous.
Did you like all the New York references there? There's a lot of New York references in this.
Which part? What?
Like when he's holding him, he's like, I caught you. I should join the Yankees. Bada bing. And I'm like, it's so weird because like I guess, yeah, Mario's from New York in the show and the movie. And I guess in the new movie, he's also going to be from New
and
York.
there's also a reference. I gotta take it to WrestleMania.
Yeah, oh yeah, WrestleMania. That happens in the garden.
Stop
blah.
it.
But like in the games, he's not from New York. He's just from the Mushroom Kingdom. So it's weird.
All of it's weird.
It's all these new, and I guess older than us people who are fans of Mario always think he's from New York because they watched the show in the 80s with another wrestler.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a wrestler that played Mario in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
I don't. The internet doesn't
Your
exist.
dad knows. Your dad would know, and my dad
Great.
would know.
If our dads are listening.
If either of your dads are listening, who is the wrestler that played Mario in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show? I'm gonna look this up.
I mean, like the internet exists. Okay. So, we've got also characters that were in it. Toad was in it. How'd you feel about Toad being in it?
Toad is like again a human. Everyone's a human in this.
Everyone's
There's no
a
one.
human.
So Toad's a human with a weird spirally haircut that's supposed to, I guess,
Is
look
that-
like a mushroom.
I don't know. Choices.
And he plays music.
He sings.
And then he gets turned into a Goomba
Like immediately.
like immediately.
right. And then
no.
it's like the nice, kind Goomba that I remember.
Again, this is another choice that the new movie's making that's way better. The fact that
Where they have a real Toad.
Toad
and
is
who's
played
the voice
by.
of Toad?
Well, there's a lot of Toads. I don't know if he plays every. I think he plays every Toad.
Who is it?
Key and Peele. Keegan Michael Key. I think he plays every Toad. I don't know if the main Toad is like Captain Toad for anybody who plays the Mario games, but
His name's probably
then
like...
there's Toadsworth. He has like a monocle. He's old. He's like Princess Peach's
And
advisor.
there's just one Toad. So Toad
No,
was in it.
Toad is a person and also a species.
Gino, how did you feel about Donkey Kong not being in it?
Which you were confused why I kept saying that.
Because I don't...
Okay, so Mario is
30 seconds.
his first game that Mario was in was Donkey Kong. He's from Donkey Kong, the original arcade game, and then he had his own games. So it's very weird to me that you'd make a Mario movie without his first nemesis, Donkey Kong.
Do your Seth Rogen voice.
I like weed and stuff.
No, I thought you had a Seth Rogen voice.
No. My voice probably just sounds like Seth Rogen already.
I think so.
Yeah. Are you confusing that with like my Beavis and Butthead?
No, I thought you had a Seth Rogen voice.
I like weed. Weed.
He has other personality. I'm from Canada. I'm Jewish.
He's from Canada?
Yes. Okay. We're learning about Seth Rogen now.
Him as Donkey Kong, whatever. I'd rather they have no voice actor for Donkey Kong and him just
Oh,
make
and he just bees him.
grunts and stuff.
Yeah.
But
no.
fine.
Okay. All right. So, in case you missed it, the plot of this movie, part of the plot of this movie, right? Ugh. What?
Captain Lou Albano is the guy who plays Super Mario Brothers in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. And he is a wrestler.
Great.
Captain Lou Albano.
So glad. So many people were just on the edge of their seat waiting for that.
Where they're screaming at the call.
Nobody.
It was Captain Lou Albano.
Nobody
I'm
knows
a fan
that.
of wrestling from the 80s.
Nobody knows that. Okay, so right, the thing that they were looking for was this crystal that was sent with Daisy's mom. Daisy's mom gave it to her. She had a crystal around her neck, and they needed that to like open up both dimensions and join
Just like the game.
the Earth. So like in the beginning, they lose it, right? So they go to the other dimension. Like, who? Pay attention. Who takes the stone? Who robs them of the stone? Who gets this meteorite?
A fish lady. So Big Bertha, let me show you Big Bertha. Big Bertha, I think, is in Super Mario World. It's a fish that chases you around. That's all it is. A big fish.
Was it a big...
Look,
Yeah.
this is Big Bertha.
How offensive.
It's just a fish, a big red fish.
Well...
And they made her into this like giant woman who's like a bouncer at a bar.
Or like owns the club.
Okay, can I talk about this movie?
I'm sorry, what have we been doing?
Right, whatever. There's this show that I used to watch called Code Monkeys, which was about a game development studio. And there's an episode where the company has to make a video game out of E.T.
Oh.
And they send someone out to go watch the movie, but he gets super drunk and high, and he falls asleep during the movie. And that's why the E.T. game is really bad.
How old are you when you watched this?
I was in college.
Okay.
I feel like this movie is the opposite of that because it's like a movie about a game. So whoever was supposed to like play the game for research got like really drunk and high and like passed out playing the game. And they're like, I don't know, there's a fish. It's big. Or like they just read the instruction manual and like looked at the characters and were like, okay, one of them is Big Bertha and she's big and red. I don't know. It's a bouncer at a club.
We're going to throw her in there and she's going to, instead of chasing them, they're going to chase her.
And it's like an enemy that it's in like 2 or 3 levels in the game, in one Mario game. Why would you make an entire character out of this fish? She's like one of the most important characters in the movie.
I know.
Okay, keep talking. I'm looking up if Mario's actually supposed to be from New York.
So somebody else in this movie that was a shock was Aunt Petunia from Harry Potter. And now I am very glad that she has found a more successful route than this movie. And she was just in that Andor show on Disney Plus that we never finished. So fun fact, just Aunt Petunia is in it, which was fun for me. I'm almost ready to finish it up.
The whole
what
episode?
are you learning? Yeah. I have one last tidbit.
So like he was originally a carpenter, but someone said he looked like a plumber, so Miyamoto put him in New York City and made him Italian. Oh. Because he had a mustache. So he's Italian because he has a mustache.
Racist.
It's racist, Miyamoto.
Other people have mustaches.
Other people can have mustaches too.
Okay. You ready for quite possibly...
Oh, and not Super Mario Brothers. The Mario Brothers arcade, the one with the pipes and stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently that does take place in New York.
Oh, okay. Good. It makes sense. We have a lot of pipes.
We got a lot of pipes.
All right.
Pipes.
Are you ready for the thing that aged the worst?
Oh, oh no. Bowser
Okay.
does 9/11.
You guys, all the way at the end, right? They do get the meteorite. Aunt Petunia gets the meteorite merges the 2 dimensions. They end up in the 2 dimensions for about 5 seconds. And in that 5 seconds, what they do manage to do...
The only thing that gets
The
destroyed
only building that gets
is the
destroyed
Twin Towers.
is the Twin Towers. And this was also in 93 when they got bombed in the basement.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that must have happened after they were filming.
I really
but,
hope
like,
so,
Come
because
on.
that's
Wasn't your
real
aunt was there
tone
for
deaf.
both of those.
My aunt was there for both of them. So, like, I am very close to the situation. She did make it out. Saw her today. I
was just like, yikes.
Like, literally, the only building that gets, like, crumbled or whatever is...
You never had this teacher as a teacher.
Miss Nair. Yes, not
Miss
Miss Nair.
O'Hagan.
No,
You
not
never
Miss-
had Miss O'Hagan.
Of course I had Miss O'Hagan. Miss
Really?
O'Hagan, if you're listening.
Was she a student teacher when you had her?
No, she was a leave replacement when I had her. And we did a lot of...
So I had her for real. And I remember her
yeah.
saying that she doesn't like the Statue of Liberty because every movie where there's like some sort of disaster, it's always the Statue of Liberty that gets messed up and destroyed. So it like scares her a little bit. I feel like this was the time in the 90s where like
It was
the
always the
shorthand
Twin
for like
Towers.
bad things happening was like they blew up the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
They destroyed the Twin Towers.
This is not the only movie that has done that.
No.
Right. So that just does not age well. And as a New Yorker, that was hard to watch. That was tough. I'm glad they were only there for 5 seconds, but good God. Nothing else, like not even a random building. You couldn't just like do it to any old skyscraper. So great job, writers.
Good job.
On predicting the future.
I mean, they
That
didn't
was
know.
tough. They didn't know. It did happen several years later.
Yeah, so like Mario isn't always from New York, but he is from New York in like certain instruction manuals.
Oh my God, I can't anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where he's from.
It does matter where he's from.
Definitely doesn't. He's from Italy.
Well, because in Yoshi's Island, the video game, he's a baby, and that takes place in the Mushroom Kingdom, not in Brooklyn.
You know
The stork.
what?
You ever played?
Listen, if an egg can bring a girl baby, a stork can
The
bring a
little
boy
stork
baby.
brought him, and then the stork gets attacked by Bowser's forces, and then Yoshi's got to go bring baby Mario to his parents and save baby Luigi.
Yeah.
So like that takes place in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Okay.
It's also good to play since we're having a kid. Every time you get hit, you drop Mario and he starts crying, and you just have to hear him cry the whole time. So it's good to
practice.
Good
Get
practice.
that. Okay.
yeah.
All right. If you haven't watched this movie, good luck finding it. If you have watched this
Yeah.
movie and you're a millennial like us,
If you try to find it, Nintendo's coming after you
Yep.
because they don't want you to see it.
well, that's it. Thank you for listening to For Better or Worse. If you like what you heard and you want to know more, visit our website for betterorworse.buzzsprout.com and subscribe to our podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You never miss an episode. Like and subscribe to our YouTube. That's what we want you to do for this episode. Like and subscribe. Help us out. Comment, leave a 5-star review. Do whatever you want. It really helps the show. Do whatever you want in terms of talking to us. And we will see you next time when we review more movies and TV. Bye.
Wah.